Hi, I'm Rosica from the Midnight Reader, and today we have a special episode. It's a collab. It's happened. I made a friend on the internet. I know my mom is cringing a little right now, but it's fine, Mom. She's cool. She's cool, okay? I had the opportunity to hang out with Jay from my Quarter Life Crisis, whose channel I will link below. She's awesome. And we decided to do a thing that she's done previously, which is we got together and we assigned each other like personal book recommendations, and we've got like I think 2 months total to get these read. I recommended her, I think 6 books. She also recommended me 6 books. On my channel, we're going to be showing the 6 books that she recommended to me. And if you'd like to see the 6 books that are recommended to Jay, you can trot on over to her channel, and I will link the video below. Basically, this was my first interaction as an adult where I got to make friends with someone over the internet. So I, was immensely cool about it. This video took a really long time to edit because Jay and I went on incredible tangents where we basically just fangirled over each other and our mutual love for each other's channels. So the other thing I'd like to note, we filmed this in January, and at the time I was stuck in the middle of a wicked nor'easter that was just absolutely pummeling the East Coast. And that may affect the Wi-Fi at some points. It just adds to the ambiance of the situation. And I also apologize, my mic was super muffled and we didn't know that until after this was already shot. So I tried to clean up the sound as much as possible, but it is not the best. So 2022 Zoom ambiance, okay? So without further ado, this is our Zoom call, and you're gonna see both me and Jay freaking out over getting to hang out with each other. So I hope you are entertained.
Yeah, it's working. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're doing it. Oh my god. Wait, am I recording? I am. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like I'm watching your YouTube video in real life. It's the same setup.
No kidding. I literally went all over my house and I was like, this has the best lighting. I have this in here.
You wanted to mix things up, but it just wasn't going to work.
It wasn't going to work. Also, like, there may be some full-on Blizzard, like, ASMR happening.
Blizzard, can you bring to me a picture of the Blizzard? I want to see it. Oh my god. I mean,
you can't really see the snow. The wind is like fully going. It's doing the circle.
Oh my god.
Also, hello, internet friend.
Oh my god, you stole my intro. You're so fun. But yes, that was kind of I was trying to start it, but I didn't want to sound cheesy. But yes, hello to you, my new internet friend, our shared internet friend.
Also, I felt totally like very stressed. Like I haven't dated in like 10 years, and this felt like a date. I was like, what do I wear?
Honestly, normal. That's how I felt with Camila. I feel like I'm possibly a dating veteran by now, so I'm like, I felt confident as hell. But like, I love that I had the upper hand in this date.
Damn it.
You see, this is what happens when you control the Zoom. You get used to being in control. If I was the guest, I would probably be more stressed. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to Rosica's home turf. I've been pronouncing your name Rosica for a very long time, and I had to
Everyone does. Everyone does, and it's okay. I usually get Rosica or Rosica.
Rosica.
Rosica. And I always tell people, like, you don't have to give me any flavor. I have no flavor. I'm very bland. Just say it like it's very bland. Yeah. Rosica.
Maybe like all of your shirts should be floral print. That way people like identify the rose faster. Because I think that's it.
Hi.
The longest intro of all time, and it's totally fine. We can absolutely reuse the same footage.
We're gonna have to edit a little bit because I forgot we were recording.
It's really okay. I told you like we're gonna start recording the second we hop online, so you better be as charming as always.
Oh god, I didn't bring it. I apologize.
You did. We got some Blizzard ASMR. It's going to be the longest intro, and your internet friends will have to deal with that. Hello.
Hello. So we talk about why we're here today?
Yes, I got this. I've done this before. I can take control.
Thank you. Thank you. You're in charge here.
So, to my internet friends, Rosica's internet friends, we are here today to do a buddy read collab. I have done this before. I am a seasoned veteran at this point. Basically, we're picking.
I'm a noob.
You are a noob. I have to lead you through this, which is fun for me to be in the position of leadership as the younger one. But we are here to pick each other's TBRs. We're recommending books to each other. I am surprisingly less nervous than Rosica, but I'm so confident that you're going to do great. Like, it's going to be totally fine.
I made changes this morning. Like, I swapped out books like 2 hours ago.
That's hilarious.
So I've been overthinking it.
I did that with Camila. Like, I was 15 minutes, like 2 hours before I logged on to meet her, 15 minutes, I was shuffling things. It was hilarious. But today, like I tried to record a P.S. Rosica, I have more book recommendations for you video. And I was like, these recs might change on the game day, but who knows? And then I like thought about it. I was like, no, I think I'm locked in. I think I know what I'm going to recommend.
Okay. I feel like of the two of us, you seem prepared, less nervous. Perhaps you should go first.
Okay. I can do that. I can absolutely do that first. Okay. So I wanted to run the gamut of, I don't even know if I'm using the word right, but I wanted to, have a wide selection of books. Okay, so the first one is going to be One to Watch by Kate Stay London. It is a...
I've heard of this.
You did?
I've heard of this.
It's so good. It's the Bachelorette one. It's about a plus-size fashion blogger who becomes the Bachelorette. It's beautiful. It's adorable. It made me laugh. It made me cry. And I feel like it's going to make you laugh and cry as well.
I do love romance. I'm realizing I didn't recommend any romance to you.
That was 100% a lie. It just meant that later in the video, I completely forgot to recommend her all 6 of the books that I chose. I just straight up forgot one, and then I had to emergency text her later to be like, no, please also read this book. But the drama is on her channel, so go there after this video.
That's totally okay. I mainly picked it because the voice actress who does an absolutely remarkable thing narrates this book, so
yes,
very good.
Yes, this pleases me greatly. Okay, this is a great recommendation. This has been on my TBR. Like, yes. it was on the list of like, I'll get to it, and then I haven't. So I'm very excited.
I did not check your Goodreads. I didn't check your want to reads. I just checked what you had read and if it compared to mine. I am really stupid though, because before, like early on, I was absolutely going to recommend an absolutely remarkable thing, boldly assuming you hadn't read it yet. Like, you had expressed that you were a vocal Nerdfighter who put John Green's latest book in her top 10 of 2021. And I, for some reason, thought that she hasn't read an absolutely remarkable thing.
Well, you were correct. I think I would respin this as you were correct in assuming that I would enjoy this book. Because I did.
I'm glad. I don't know if I want to start talking about an absolutely remarkable thing now or later, but I have so many feelings about it and bloggers in general. Maybe we can put a pin in it.
Yeah, we're gonna put a pin in it. We'll do it at the end. We can do like, I'll do my Nerdfighter gang sign to assure you that I am also a Nerdfighter.
Like, is it the Spock thing? It's like,
so you got this, and then you lock and load. So you go.
Okay, I've never done that before. I've always felt like I didn't earn the right to do that because I came into the fandom when I was in my 20s and not when I was like 15 when I should have,
The Brothers Green they're accessible to all ages. They have been good for my mental health at all stages of life.
They really like got me through like a lot of quarter life crisis fields. Specifically, there was books that changed my life. The 100 Days series where John, oh my God, I love that. That was so much fun. You're like an eagle in flight. I quote that constantly.
I can't believe I have another Nerdfighter friend. Like, none of my, like, I converted my husband, but he's not he doesn't have like this level of enthusiasm. He's like, yeah, they're cool. And I was like, this is not what I need from you.
I know. It was such a relief. And I was like so embarrassed to like express this opinion on booktube because everyone makes fun of him. Like someone did like I've seen a couple of like rereading blogs of like John Green's like older books, Fault in Our Stars. I mean, like, you know, I totally see that point, but like as someone who didn't go through like the stage of like loving him when I was like 15, I'm going through that stage now, and I understand that some things didn't age well, but I'm like, leave me alone, let me have my moment.
Small aside about John Green, which is I initially hated him for a completely like unrelated reason, which is that I lived in Alaska, and his first book was called Looking for Alaska. And I didn't ever bother to read the back of the book, and it was before Vlogbrothers, and I just kept walking by the book, and I'm like, we're right fucking here. Stop looking for us.
You're so big.
Me. And then I finally like found Vlogbrothers, and I was like, the guy who wrote that book. And then someone was like, it's the character's name, and I was like, oh, and I felt real smart.
That's absolutely hilarious. I was not into the Vlogbrothers because I was going through my not like other girls phase of life. Specifically,
I relate. I have strong feelings about this.
Oh my God. That's our podcast. That's our podcast name. I do want to hear what it is. Everyone, Rosica and I are starting a podcast, and it's really just me trying to become friends with Rosica. You do not have to listen to it. Like
it's mutual. It may not even be recorded. We're just like literally just keep exchanging emails, being like, well, we could just talk about whatever.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I was going through my not like other girls phase. That specifically, I want to be the main character of a YA fantasy dystopian novel. Uh-oh, you froze. Oh God, our internet connection's unstable. That doesn't stress me out at all.
I know. I mean, I remember Blizzard ASMR.
Yeah, we're in a blizzard. Half of us is in a blizzard.
Half of us is in a blizzard right now. So if the internet goes out a little bit, that's why.
But to finish that thought, I told myself I'm not interested in romance, and so I didn't like John Green, but I really never gave him a chance. And I am so annoyed because, you know, like I'm old enough that like if I read his books, I would be like, I don't like that, or I don't like that. Yeah. But it's like 15-year-old me would have loved that, and I can't like have that experience. It's like it's annoying.
I mean, so here's the thing. Like I just have never like ever wandered over into the area of internet that is like cynical about the Brothers Green. I'm like, no, I love them, and you can't change my mind.
Oh, good. I started in the corner of BookTube that like was like about Brothers Green, and I'm like, but they do so much for the world.
This is 100% true. This is going to be the most convoluted like episode.
That's what editing is for. I am very confident that we can do it.
I'm so excited.
Okay. You're definitely frozen, and it's totally mine. Hold on. You're frozen on a really comical position.
This is when our Zoom call just epically died because the wind speed outside hit like 65 miles an hour. And I understand that the video I showed earlier did not show how epic the weather was, so I'm gonna cut real quick to what outside looked like. Winter was here, okay? I know they're all like winter was coming in Game of Thrones, but winter was here!
That lasted longer than I thought it was. I was kind of like, I'm watching the wind, and I'm like, it's gonna go. It's gonna go.
No! Hold on. Okay.
All right, so I apologize for my technical difficulties, but this is what editing is for.
That is what editing is for. It's really okay. But this reminded me, we really need to get to the book recommendations.
We gotta get to the book, otherwise the blizzard is gonna end us.
Yes, I know. Okay. Right. Okay. Book number 2.
Book number 2.
The Power by Naomi Alderman.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one. I'm good reading this.
It's a good one. Okay, so brief synopsis. It imagines a world where women develop the mutation, basically the ability to static shock people at will. And with this mutation, they have the power to physically overpower men. It follows how society changes over the next 10 years. because of that.
I recognize the cover.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen the cover going around. So is this like kind of a dystopia?
I suppose. So, I mean, it feels like it takes place in our world. It's just that this thing happened. So I don't know if I would count that as dystopia, but maybe.
Got it. Yeah. I am also very stoked for this. This also sounds fucking fantastic.
It like scratches that like Handmaid's Tale itch,
yes!
but not in like an oppressive way.
Yeah, it's definitely Handmaid's Tale is way more of an oppressive
an oppressive vibe. Okay. Up next is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. That one's very popular. I wouldn't be surprised.
I have definitely heard of it. I don't know anything about it. This is also one of the ones where I recognize the cover and I hear people talk about it, but I've just never I've never tried to read it. I haven't added it to the TBR. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, it's very good. It is too early in the morning for me to explain the plot to you. There's also an ambulance going, and that's fine. I can absolutely push through that. ASMR.
ASMR of Zoom calls of 2022.
Okay, so A Darker Shade of Magic takes place there are 4 universes, each with varying degrees of magic. And they all have a central connecting point, which so happens to be the city of London. All 4 universes are pretty different, but they all have in common that they have a London. And there's a red London, there's gray London, there's white London, and there's black London. Red London is just flush with magic. Red London is rolling in it. Gray London is our London. It's boring, does not have magic. White London is kind of like in a worse state. They got hit really hard by like a magical disaster, and the magic has truly never recovered. And Black London was taken over by darkness.
I love this. This sounds fantastic.
And you follow, the main character is a magical guy. I don't know what he's called. But he's a magical being. His name is Kel, and he has the ability to move through the different Londons, and he often does so to do to run errands and things like that.
Okay, I'm into this. I haven't read anything by V.E. Schwab.
Oh my god, she's like
this will be my first V.E. Schwab.
Oh my god.
I'm very pleased.
I'm excited. This is a good one to start with. I think this is the only V.E. Schwab I've read, but I am very open to reading more of her stuff in the future. It's just that I then committed to rereading all the shitty books from my youth first, and that is taking up so much time.
I feel like you gotta space it out. You gotta be like, we're pulling 3 of these a month, and then the rest of the time we're just gonna keep going.
It's not the reading of the shitty books that's the problem. It's the editing of the video afterwards. Reading the shitty book took 2 days. Took 2 days. Perfect. But because I decided to do this ridiculous format where I literally hit record and I just sit there reading until I have a reaction, there are so many reactions. I have a rough cut right now. It's 53 minutes.
So this is the part of the video where me and Jay just spent 35 minutes talking about our trials and tribulations as trying to learn how to become YouTube creators and the many highs and lows of frickin' iMovie and DaVinci Resolve. We decided this was not the most interesting, but there is a really good story in here that Jay tells about both hiding her YouTube secret identity and thieving a lamp. So I'm cutting to that because it's great.
1 hour later.
I wish I had the confidence to tell my parents I have a BookTube channel. They found out about it. They did find out about it, but they truly don't care, but I do not like discussing it with them. My mother taught me. Another thing that it's hella dark in my room because I only film at night because that's the only time because otherwise I'm embarrassed. So like
Yeah.
I had to sneak out into the living room to unplug the desk lamp from my dad's, like work desk. And then I was rooting around like in the thing, and then I could hear, and then suddenly I hear the pitter patter of my mother's feet. I was like, ah! So I tried to walk away quickly. But the way the living room set is that I was trying to walk away towards my room, and she came around the corner, so she absolutely saw me. Like fleeing the scene.
I love the picture of like you running in, like trying to run out of a room with a lamp, and your mom being like, "What the hell is that?"
I didn't get the lamp. I was trying to act as though I didn't have the lamp, and she just saw me. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I didn't play it cool fast enough. I just
you just like, I'm behaving very suspiciously with a lamp, and now I need a good reason.
Embarrassing, the worst moment in my life.
God. I'm so proud of you. That's hilarious.
The things I do for book tube, like honestly.
2 hours later.
We're gonna go faster. We're not gonna derail, because this is your problem. Because if we're the way we split it up, these are the books I recommend to you. This half is your problem. Okay.
All right. We're bringing it back. All right. On to more book recommendations.
Yeah. Maybe like I always say like a blooper reel. So like if you want to do that, you can. Always,
oh yes, there will be a blooper reel.
The blooper reel is going to be longer than this video.
Yeah, it will be pretty much just this video uncut.
Amazing. I would love that. So this is going to be interesting. And you can say no to this one. This is the one I was slightly unsure about. So it's called My Sister, the Serial Killer.
My Sister, the Serial. I haven't heard of this one. Yeah, pitch it to me.
So I wasn't sure if you said you did not like horror, but
I love thrillers.
Okay,
I love thrillers.
That's why I was like, I think we can get away with it. So basically, the title says it all. We follow a responsible, like, older sister, and her younger sister has happened to kill her past 3 boyfriends, and she has helped her clean up the bodies. And I love everything about this book. I love just like how like zero fucks like the sister who kills people gives. Like there's a scene like where after like 2 days after they killed 2 days after she killed her boyfriend, she's like dancing to I Want to Dance with Somebody, and she's like she's trying to convince herself that her sister isn't a psychopath, or like she's trying to convince herself that her sister totally has empathy for other people, but she clearly doesn't. No. And it's absolutely hilarious. It's so funny. And there are other things about like, you know, I like compare like how the main character feels like the younger sister is baby. The younger sister is considered to be more beautiful, and she's also a kill. I don't know. Like there's things like that really like hit me in the immigrant daughter feels. And yeah, I really liked it.
I feel like, have you reviewed this book out of curiosity? Like on your channel?
No.
Okay, I have heard of this. I cannot remember where, but I remember somebody being super stoked about it. And I was like, that's a really interesting concept. And then I just forgot to like read it.
Read with Cindy did it. That's how I heard about it.
It might have been her. I was like, I can't remember, but I remember someone being very stoked by it.
Yeah, I was really into Read with Cindy for a while, so that's where I got a lot of recommendations from. Now I'm like heavily on the Paperback Dreams train. I'm like, Paperback Dreams can post once a year, and I will be there for that once a year video.
I have not watched Paperback Dreams, so I will have to. So I can learn more about you.
He's fun. And I feel like I'm taking a lot of like how I'm doing my vlog somewhere. I didn't realize that's probably where I got this like recording myself as I read format. Because she'll literally do a time lapse. She did a time lapse of herself reading A Little Life. I feel in my heart that Paperback Dreams started all of us reading A Little Life, because I never heard about this book before her. It was her sister's favorite book, and then suddenly a year later, it was everywhere. Everyone was reading it. I think it's her. I think she started it.
I am very excited by this book.
Okay.
So Thank you for picking it for me. I think I will enjoy this more than you think I might, because I do love thrillers, and I like kind of like killery murdery stories.
I love like a murderous woman. Like that's kind of what I like. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too, because I'm like, yeah, give.
So I love women who murder men. I love it. I'm like, you go, girl.
Context.
Okay. Last recommendation.
Official recommendation.
Yes, last official recommendation. Okay, I'm gonna have to share my screen for this one because I want you to experience finding this book the way I did, which was on Tumblr. So it's called Three Dark Crowns by Camila Blake.
Is this a PowerPoint?
Yeah, it was a PowerPoint. Okay, so allow me to educate your poor soul if you don't already know what this amazing series is about.
I do not. I'm ready for this PowerPoint presentation.
Oh my god, I am so glad. Okay, what the heck is this and why should I care? All right, so I'm just gonna read out what the slides. Yeah. I'm gonna read out what the slides say, even though that's not really proper like PowerPoint etiquette. Who cares? Okay. All right, so everyone lives on this mysterious fantasy island called Fenburn, where everyone has a gift. There are poisoners who can eat poison, elementals who are basically the avatar, naturalists can control, like animals. They have cool animal sidekicks called familiars. Warriors, they have something called the war gift, which are good with swords and stuff, and oracles can see the future. Every generation, 3 triplets are born. And when they reach the age of 16, one of them has to kill the other 2 in order to become queen.
That's dark.
I know.
It's a little Stardust.
It is kind of a little Stardust. I love Stardust the movie. That's another podcast tangent.
It's a different podcast episode. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Okay. Basically, every queen has a gift. It can be any gift. So, it can be poisoners, elemental. The oracles are drowned at birth due to some backstory that's explored in a prequel book, but don't worry about that right now. But it is fun backstory.
But let's continue.
Yes, I know. I did love this PowerPoint. Okay. Queen Katarine. She's not my fave, but she is this person's fave. Okay. Too pure, too good for this world. She's a poisoner and is the charge of the Aarons, who is an abusive family, deserves everything and more. Everyone doubts her except Peter. Peter is fine. I liked Peter, but I didn't love him. Natalia is her caretaker and is actually pretty decent when you think about it. Genevieve is Natalia's evil sister and honestly should not be around Katarine. This girl is so sweet. She adopts a snake as her pet and names it Sweetheart.
Aww. Yeah. Okay.
Queen Arsinoe. I think she's my favorite. Where do I start with this one? Very snarky, will not take your bullshit, has a soft spot for her best friend Jules, is a naturalist but is very bad at it. Everyone also doubts her and wants to kill her because she's weak. Like, excuse me, girl, we'll throw down, don't mess with her. Wants a familiar very badly, but she can't get one no matter how hard she tries. Honestly, what a humble and amazing girl.
Who wrote this?
I don't know. I tried to contact her, but her Tumblr is no longer active. I wanted to ask her if I could use this in her video, and I will still try to find her.
I feel like this is one of those things when you're like, everyone brings a PowerPoint presentation and like a glass of wine, and you're like, this is what she picked. She was like, let me convince you to read this book.
Yes. I really want to do that at some point. I have a friend who does that every year for his birthday. And I'm like,
we can do this. We can get maybe like you, me, and grab a couple other booktubers who we think are cool, and we could do like everyone gets a 5-minute PowerPoint, and you pitch a book, and whoever wins.
Genius! Like we all come to. Oh my god, genius!
Because that would work really well over Zoom.
This would work so well over Zoom. One of the only things that works better on Zoom than in person. Genius. That's such a good idea. I love that. Oh my god.
We're gonna do that.
We're gonna do that. Queen Mirabella, I can't tell if like she's my favorite or if I just want to be her. But I think
Fair.
I think she's my second favorite. But I'm just really jealous of her. Okay, so Queen Mirabella is an elemental, and everyone is rooting for her because she's very powerful. However, she just wants to be with her sisters and not kill them. Some people hate her, but honestly, she's a cinnamon roll. Leave her alone. Her friend has a bird. Okay, I forgot about that.
Yes. Good note to put in there.
Yeah. Mirabella is the most powerful. It's like stupid how powerful she is. Like she's absolutely gonna decimate her two sisters. It's just that she's too empathetic and doesn't want to kill them.
I don't want to.
I know. We only have 2 more slides. Julianne, aka Jules Malone. What an amazing, what a beautiful, what a magnificent person. A very powerful naturalist, best friends with Arsenault, a very loyal friend. Her familiar is a beautiful mountain lion named Candim, who is very loyal and loving. Stuck with the trash that is known as Joseph Sandrin. Smole will fuck you up if you mess with her or Arsenault.
This is super freaking adorable. Also, I feel like you're recommending me 5 books. This is 5, right?
Yes.
I like how you're like, and we have the PowerPoint at the end. But then you have I know you have another book.
I do. But we will get there. That's how it was ordered in the list. I didn't have time to change the order. Last slide. Joseph Sandrin, actual trash. Honestly, what is his purpose? Does he do anything useful? Oh yeah, he tried to find a way for Arsenault to escape the island so she wouldn't be killed when they were younger. Yeah, but that was like 5 years ago. Like, get over it. And you didn't even succeed. Like, kind of got in trouble for it. The island banned him to the mainland for 5 years, and they should have banned him for much longer. Yeah, they should have said, don't come back, Joseph, because you're useless to us. And then, in conclusion, read this book, I beg of you.
I am so excited by this. And also, I am really excited to come back to this PowerPoint after I read the book, because I will probably agree that person is trash.
Yeah. I was not going to recommend this book to you, because the only reason why I picked it was because you gave me that multiple choice.
I was going to say, this feels very similar to like, I gave you, we'll have to explain what my series of choices for you, but I was like, this feels like everything I want out of a fantasy world. I want animals, I want elementals, I want stabby sword people. Like, this is what I want.
Yeah, like when you gave me that multiple choice, which you will explain later, I was like, I mean, this is basically 3 Dark Crowns. Is it
a series?
Yeah, it's a series.
Okay, all right. So I'm reading the first book, and then I'm going to call and yell at you, because then I will have to read the rest of the book.
I feel like the first book is the most solid. I never finished the series, so like you might not, but I did remember really liking the first book. I was not gonna. I had to test it. Like, I borrowed the audiobook so I could listen to it and see if it's like, if I remember it being like good. And I was like, I'm vibing with it. I think.
Okay. I'm very excited.
Yeah. And what I like about this book is that it's like very like a matriarchal society, and it's also really cruel. I love like those 2 things happening at once. It's like the women are clearly in charge in this world, but it's also like this world is like so unforgiving towards everyone. I love it. Like, this world is bloodthirsty, and I really dig it.
I'm very stoked by this. This is such a good list. I feel like these are amazing recommendations. I'm so excited to read all of these books. Like, there's not one in there where I'm like, oh, I don't want to read that. No, like, all of them, I'm like, I want to read all of them. Like, right now. How am I going to pick which one to start with?
Thank you. Now I'm worried about recommending this last book, and we can keep this off the list. We absolutely can.
I think you should recommend it.
Okay. So I want you to read The Family Fang by Kevin Wilson.
Yes! I was really hoping you'd put it on there. You keep hyping this book, and I was like, God, I gotta find this book. She keeps talking about it. Thank you for putting it on there, because you keep talking about it. I'm like, that sounds really interesting.
I feel like hype is like the worst word to describe it, because it's not a great book. Like Camila rated it a 3.5 out of 5. So she thought it was fine. And I think that's a fair assessment.
But that doesn't matter, because books that are just fine can have like so much freaking meaning to you. Like the little nuggets of like, I'm very excited to read this because I wanted to talk about it with you when I do get to read it.
Thank you. Honestly, that's kind of why I was like, because like, even though she didn't like love it, it was so exciting to like be able to have like a two-way conversation. Like normally I'm just telling my friends, this book has lived rent-free in my mind since I was 20. So it's been 6 years and I have never been able to like have like an actual conversation with someone. It's just me telling people the plot of the book, telling them what I liked and didn't like, and they're being like, I see, yes. And then they don't take my calls anymore. So
that will not happen. That will not happen. And I'm very stoked to read the family thing. I was genuinely hoping you would put it on the list because I was like, I really want to read that.
It was so embarrassing because like I told myself, like, I was like, Judith, look me in the eye and promise me you will not recommend the family thing to Camila. Don't do it. It means a lot to you. It's not going to mean the same to her. There's also like the briefest amount of incest in it. It's weird.
I remember you telling me, you're like, it's just a tiny bit of incest.
It's honestly so negligible. She didn't care about it. Like, I definitely didn't have to like preface that and make a whole thing about it. But it's like one thing you can come across it in a book and it's fine. But it's another thing if someone recommends you this book, knowing that there's this tiny thing in it and it's not even that good. Oh my God. I was like,
I mean, so here's the thing. And here's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of like saying Star Wars is fantastic. Like the original. Tiny bit of incest. Does it impact the story? Not really, but if you come across it and think about it too hard, you're like,
You know what? This is exactly what this moment is. Like, it's definitely the equivalent, but the thing is, the book is not Star Wars. It is not the equivalent of Star Wars. But like,
fair enough. But it's a drop of incest in the ocean of books.
Yeah, it really is very equivalent to the Luke Leia thing. It's like if you like, I thought like I literally hadn't even thought about it, and then like I like woke up like from a tizzy when I was like, oh wait, I want to recommend this to her.
This is the problem when you recommend books to people, because you're worried that if you give them something and like a character or a piece of the book has like a part of like they're advocating for something that you don't actually agree with, you're like, I'm not pitching this as like a lifestyle, okay? It's a good book.
I know. That's what I was worried about. Like, I don't know Camila that well. What if she like takes this as like, I see, I'm not going to talk to her anymore.
Thank you for recommending it. I love the list. I'm so stoked to read the list. I'm now more nervous about giving you my list.
No, I'm not nervous. Tell me what your list is.
Jay, you had an actual PowerPoint presentation.
I didn't make the PowerPoint. I found it.
You still presented it.
Okay. But yes, thank you for watching, our shared internet friends. We will see you in the future. Okay.
Hopefully you can tell by how much I had to cut here that I had an absolutely amazing time filming with Jay. And we'll have a wrap-up video coming soon about our reviews of the books that we assigned to each other. If you want to see the books that I assigned to Jay, you can pop over to her channel at My Quarter Life Crisis, which I will link below. Please do. She's amazing, and we literally have the same sense of humor. So it's why this took 2 hours to shoot. I was not prepared for the level of enthusiasm she brought to this, including having a straight-up PowerPoint presentation that she straight up presented. I'm gonna have to bring my game up for the wrap-up and review. There may be a PowerPoint. I may have to do that. You can drop a comment below if you feel like the PowerPoint is warranted. Jay, you're a delight, and I decided to add in a bunch of bloopers that were too cute to cut at the end as a reward for sitting through our super long video. See you next time, and I hope you enjoyed our collab. Please like and subscribe to both our channels because we're both actually amazing. Just FYI. I didn't know if you caught that from this, but we are.
NBD. I wish I had thought to take pictures of like everything I've ever used as a tripod. It is comical. Like often it's books and then propping up a coffee cup. Yesterday I was like, fuck.
I'm also like, I just hit the ceiling of like, I was so frustrated with things that I couldn't do in iMovie. Like I couldn't put 2 picture-in-a-pictures, and I was like, I just want another book cover.
Pictures in iMovie.
I just want 2, and they're like, well, you could take it and you could make your own graphics and remove the background in Keynote, and then you could put it in as a new thing. And I'm like, no.
Oh my god. Okay.